On insurance premiums, on life premiums, who does that? So there was, the middle class had a problem. It was not just Rahul Gandhi having a problem. All of us had a problem with it. The fact is, Rahul Gandhi has been speaking about GST and Gabbar Singh tax and asking for reforms. My point is, Mahima, why try and walk away with the credit? Look, okay, even if for a moment, I agree to your point that Rahul Gandhi is the one that for the last 8 years has been pressurizing the BJP government and Narendra Modi into making these reforms. वो reform हो गया ना? All of us are happy with it. So why can't you just for once pat the back of the government and say, चलो अच्छा काम किया? Instead of being sulky and sarcastic and saying this is not GST 2.0, this is GST 1.5, वैसे भी the credit goes to Rahul Gandhi, and वैसे भी has it happened because growth is sluggish or because Trump is at your throat? Why can't for a change the opposition say अच्छा हुआ? Well done.
Yeah. Number one, as I said, too little, too late of this penance by the BJP to repay the Indian people, Indian taxpayers, on whose cost the Modi government, Modi government's dreams of power clinging thrive. Let me raise a very simple question. I told you earlier that 64% of tax collection come from the pockets of the poor of this country, whereas only 3% GST collection from the rich, Shreya, and there also corporate taxes were reduced by from 30 to 22%. In the last 5 years, income tax, I told you already, had gone up. The collection had gone up by 240%. You are saying, why shouldn't we take the credit? You remember last year, the BJP shamelessly borrowed from the Congress manifesto, although it has failed to implement that scheme also that it had borrowed for the youth of this country. But, they keep on borrowing. They can very much borrow. But then the one sulking away from the Indian consumer, Indian taxpayer is the Modi government. You've got to shift your perspective, Shreya, and look at it this way.
Mahima, so let me just shift your perspective and tell you that when decisions are taken, like, just getting down all GST slabs to 2 or reducing GST on certain items, etc., it's not just the central government that does it. It's also states. So it's an effort between the central government and the state government. The only two states that were standing, the last two states standing were Kerala and Karnataka. Karnataka, it seems, didn't want these GST reforms to go through because there would be a loss of revenue for the states. So they were the last two men standing. So if you're saying the reforms are good, yes, they are good. But let's just agree that one of your own state governments was against it. And I understand their concern.
One minute. Let me remind you how the Karnataka chief minister and minister had to come down to Delhi and practically sit on a dharna because the center has a step-sister treatment towards the states. When it comes to GST reforms, it is a holistic view that needs to be taken into consideration. And by the way, Shreya, a lot of questions still remain unanswered.
We'll come to those questions. I know what questions you're talking about. Those are the ones that have been raised by P. Chidambaram. Shubhankar is sitting by, but Sanju Verma wants to say something. Sanju Verma, 1 minute mein bolo, then I'll go to Shubhankar, because the TMC has a take on the issue as well.
The Congress spokesperson was given 3 minutes by you, but I will not play the victim card. Your show, you will do the moderation. I will in 1 minute just say this. Congress अपने आप को गरीबों का हिमायती बताती है, Shreya. Do you know something? The Modi government reduced excise on petrol and diesel by 5 and 10 rupees respectively in 2021, and then by 8 and 6 rupees in 2022. And some of the lowest value-added tax rates at a state level are in BJP-ruled states. But your audience needs to listen to this. The highest VAT on petrol and diesel in Karnataka at 39.7%. The highest VAT on petrol and diesel in Telangana, again at 38.9%. Congress's alliance partner in Tamil Nadu applies VAT at the rate of 39.4%. और यहाँ बैठकर लोगों को चूस लेती है जो कांग्रेस फ्यूल टैक्स के द्वारा इन तेलंगाना, कर्नाटका एंड हिमाचल प्रदेश। उनके प्रवक्ता यहाँ पर आकर कहते हैं, मोदी सरकार ने किसानों के लिए कुछ नहीं किया। पीएम किसान के तहत 3.89 lakh crore has been disbursed to more than 11 crore farmers. पढ़ा लिखा करो डिबेट पर आने से पहले।
ठीक है। Okay, no, Sanju, don't get personal. Shubhankar, would you want to come in here? The fact is, it's not just the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi that are taking credit. Mahima, I'll come to you. Let's just get Shubhankar in as well. He has not spoken at all. It's already 7:20. Shubhankar, just come in here. Please help me understand why the TMC thinks that this tone-deaf government, quote unquote, was pressurized by Mamta Didi into getting in these tax reforms. You think the Prime Minister listens to Mamta? Actually, if that is the case, you should be saying a thank you.
Well, first of all, let me begin with that whether it is too late, too little, or whether it is penance. But I'll begin with supporting this thing. The fact is that it is going to help the poor man's pocket. So whatever it is, but yes, it's a very welcome move. And it's a good move. I completely agree with you. Having said that, the things are, let us talk practically. Number one, that how is it you think that it will really meet the challenges that Trump has thrown towards us, which we have already, we are countering a huge, I think, the economic downfall that we are looking forward to. In case, we lose, say, somewhere around among $126 billion, if we even lose, say, $50 billion business from US. So is that going to prevent, the companies throwing out the people? I don't think so. So already unemployment is a challenge. Now, when you say that these economic reforms are aimed towards, giving the consumerism a rise, so is it really going to help people? Is this going to already help people pocket some money? There are unemployed people where I think the buying power is already a challenge. So anyways, it's so the too little thing can be taken at that side. So yes, the reforms could have come at a better time, and we could have done something more about it. If it could help MSME to grow, I don't see much of the growth in that fact. And it is also to be shared that whether we see that the kind of leverage which has been given, it is enjoyed by the companies, or it is actually going to share. It's going to.
You have not answered my question.
Of the common people.
You have not answered my question. I asked you a straight question where Mamata Banerjee is taking credit, and if she is taking credit for her wish being fulfilled, why create a fuss about it and say this is a tone-deaf government?
Yes.
Shreya, he's given wrong.
Totally.
Ek minute.
I'm getting to that point as well. Now the thing is that see the TMC. See, with TMC, or I should say that opposition has been united, in fact, demanding this kind of reform to come. Since, Rahul Gandhi might claim it, the opposition always stood united in that the tax system, ever since the GST was introduced, the opposition continuously pressurized that it should have been made simpler. And, of course, the kind of the two-digit slabs that we are having today, that was the move which actually opposition was fighting strongly against.
Okay.
Now, let me ask Sanju Verma a very typical question. The very first thing is that if you had such kind of reforms from the very beginning, why didn't you do it when the economy was almost very much, towards your own side?
Sanju Verma, the question that the opposition has been asking is, why so late? The reforms were problematic from day one, 8 years ago. Everyone said the reforms the GST is problematic. Why did you wait for 8 years to bring these reforms? Now, let me read P. Chidambaram's tweet before you answer. He says it will be interesting to speculate on what drove the government to make the changes. Sluggish growth, rising household debt, falling household savings, elections in Bihar, Mr. Trump and his tariffs, or all of the above. Essentially to say ये middle class के लिए हमदर्दी और प्यार जो आप बोल रहे हैं वो नहीं है. There are other reasons why GST slabs have been lowered.
Shreya, I don't care मेरे सामने यदि 20 पैनलिस्ट हो. आज तो खैर सिर्फ 2 हैं, but I need my time. पहली बात तो मैंने मिस्टर पी चिदम्बरम की ट्वीट का जवाब उनको कोट करके दे दिया है. But let me tell Mr. Chidambaram, when you were the finance minister, you pushed India into the fragile 5. And today, India is the world's 4th largest economy. It has the world's 4th largest forex reserves. It is the world's 5th largest stock market in terms of market capitalization. It has the world's 7th largest gold reserve.
Mr. P. Chidambaram didn't withdraw from the Reserve Bank of India Reserve.
You did not allow me to interject. This is unfair.
No, Shubhankar, let her finish.
At least P. Chidambaram.
This is not fair. No, you have to mute him because you did not allow me to heckle him, Shreya. You have to be fair.
No, Shubhankar.
Finish.
Shubhankar is from Lucknow. He cannot heckle anyone. Shubhankar ho gaya. Don't heckle her.
Thank you. Now let me come to the moot point. Let's not get, diverted. The moot point is this. The GST reforms, GST 2.0 by the Modi government Your audience needs to listen to this. It will lower inflation even further. Halaki inflation is already down to 1.55%. It will lead to ease of doing business. It will lead to ease of living. It will lead to better compliances. It will boost consumption. And my final point, Jairam Ramesh says GST matlab growth suppressing tax. I have told Mr. Ramesh you need to visit a shrink. Last quarter our GDP growth was how much? 7.8%, Mr. Jairam Ramesh. 7.8%. So please do not try to undermine India's credibility simply because your party has lost 3 Lok Sabha elections in a row.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Sanju, ho gaya. We'll leave it there. You've had the last word on the show today. Sanju Verma, thank you very much. Advocate Mahima Singh, thank you. And Shubhankar Bhattacharya, thank you very much as well. On that note, ladies and gentlemen,